jokes explode at the seams when a laps round circuits biker car. Speed so far, like shooting stars. Motorsports mania, gotta watch his channels. Take you from pit stops to panel. Virtuoso on asphalt and gravel. Commentary unravel. Grip the mic like a steering wheel. Real feel, no pretense, all deal. Loves motorsports, don't get it twisted. With his laugh hypnotic and listed. Faces fear with humor and rap. Yo Trevor, tell him about that bubble rap man. Taking command, fearless dude, pop in hand. Watch him go live, vibe so grand. Motorsports knowledge, broad as the land. Comedy tight, wrap him up tight. Crack a pop, no fight, all flight. Trevor rises, reach a new height. Bubble rap king doing right. Pop a bubble, feel the rumble. Trevor never stumble. Pedal to metal, adrenaline treble. Jokes and gears never settle. Commentate, captivate. Motorsport magnate. Live stream scene, his domain. Poppin' jokes like champagne. See him racing, fast pace. Heart racing, laughing faces. Motor chasing, commentator. Banter level major. From the track to chat, never flat. We know where the fun at. Trevor Byers bringing fire. Bubble rap man, true admire. Bubble rap man, taking command. Fearless dude, pop in hand. Watch him go live, vibe so grand. Motorsports knowledge, broad as the land. Comedy tight, wrap him up tight. Crack a pop, no fight, all flight. Trevor rises, reach a new height. Bubble rap king doing right. Dude poppin', watch it go live, vibe so great. Motorsports knowledge broad as the land. Comedy tight, wrap 'em up tight. Crack a pop, no fight, all flight. Trevor rises, reach a new height. Bubble rap king doing right. Trevor Byers, commentator, live streamer like a motorsports dreamer. Crackling jokes and cracking streams. Pop culture jokes explode at the seams when a laps round circuits biker car. Speed so far, like shooting stars. Motorsports mania, gotta watch his channels. Take you from pit stops to panel. Virtuoso on asphalt and gravel. Commentary unravel. Grip the mic like a steering wheel. Real feel, no pretense, all deal. Loves motorsports, don't get it twisted. With his laugh hypnotic and listed. Faces fear with humor and rap. Yo Trevor, tell him about that bubble rap man. Taking command, fearless dude, pop in hand. Watch him go live, vibe so grand. Motorsports knowledge, broad as the land. Comedy tight, wrap him up tight. Crack a pop, no fight, all flight. Trevor rises, reach a new height. Bubble rap king doing right. Pop a bubble, feel the rumble. Trevor never stumble. Pedal to metal, adrenaline treble. Jokes and gears never settle. Commentate, captivate. Motorsport magnate. Live stream scene, his domain. Poppin' jokes like champagne. See him racing, fast pace. Heart racing, laughing faces. Motor chasing, commentator. Banter level major. From the track to chat, never flat. We know where the fun at. Trevor Byers bringing fire. Bubble rap man, true admire. Bubble rap man, taking command. Fearless dude, pop in hand. Watch him go live, vibe so grand. Motorsports knowledge, broad as the land. Comedy tight, wrap 'em up tight. Crack a pop, no fight, all flight. Trevor rises, reach a new height. Bubble rap king doing right.
123 of this charismatic French bulldog Hank will be waiting for him at home and will be saying, woof, 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 woof.
Very lucky he didn't do the first hour because he could have quite literally been a fish out of water, but thankfully for Nemo, he knows how to navigate these conditions.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. Hello and welcome to the season. We had a season finale last night, and we've got another season finale tonight. This time it's the GT3s for the Kid Buyers Racing League, round 8. The 8th and final round of the championship here tonight, and we've got a few potential outcomes here this evening. We know that Will is 78 points ahead of Noodles in the Pro Championship. The Pro-Am, of course, Kilroy is 132 points ahead of Mark and 144 ahead of Mickey. Jimbo in the Am class is 90 points ahead of Chipperton and Exo, who are tied for P2. And if you can remember all that, you're a better man than me. Hello, you join us for qualifying here in the GT3s. Back to the more regular format here this evening, of course. Slightly shorter race last night in qualifying session, but we're back to the split qualifying format. 22-minute session, first 10 minutes for the Pro-Ams and Am drivers only. And when the clock strikes 12, you need to be home from the ball and finish your lap and return to the pits. When it hits 10, the pro drivers come out to play as channel points if you make correct predictions. That's right, but before we do that, we're looking at Nismo Nath, who goes up into P2 here on after his run with a 42.6 there. He's back into the pits. Smitty, 42.4. And we welcome Machin. V is for Voodoo, rocking the bubble wrap man emojis. Hot laps, let's go. The Gold Fork is back. And can we please give a shout out to the Gold Fork as well, doing some fantastic things in the sim racing community. And prediction is up now. Will we see 40s in qualifying, yay or nay? 5 minutes remaining. And big shout out, there we go, to the Gold Fork. Jump across to his channel and hit that follow button. He's on the way to 100 followers. And we want to see him get there very, very quickly. But taking a look at Smitty here, he's currently in P1 at the moment, but very, very close there. 2 tenths, 3 tenths, covering the top 8. And you can see Jimbo right in the mix there as well with Nismo as always, as I welcome, or willkommen, as the Germans say. I didn't know I could speak German, but there you go, as I welcome the man from Carrum Downs, Jason Wilkinson, alongside me this evening. Jason Wilkinson, good evening to you.
Good evening. Yes, I'm back. I had a pretty big day yesterday, so I was having a nice night in bed watching the stream, so it was good to be a viewer. But yeah, back here tonight for the season finale. So yeah, season finale at Kyalami. Great rhyme. It's a great little tradition we're starting to develop. It's always used to be Bathurst, but now it's the season finale at Kyalami, so we should have a good night in store.
The season finale at Kyalami, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. We gave a shout out to the great man, the Golden Fork. Thank you, baby. And don't blush, baby, as we've got a yellow flag out here, but I think it might be something going on in the pit lane as I welcome the man alongside me all the way from South Australia. He's made it up into the commentary box yet again. He doesn't read books, he stares them down until he gets the information he wants. I think I've gone with that one before, but it's an oldie but a goodie. I speak of Chuck Norris. Welcome to you, Chuck.
Also doing well. We're back again for another season finale. GT2's wrapped up last night. Noodles taking out the Pro Championship. I believe it was Sideways taking out Pro-Am and Jimbo taking out the AM Championship. But yeah, we're back for GT3s. This one's going to be good. Longer qualifying. And we're back to the 60-minute race tonight. And look at that grid. It is looking healthy.
Very healthy indeed. What are the numbers tonight, Wilco? What do we got? 23, I think, tonight. So 20 plus. Forget about the state of origin. We've got them back here this evening.
Yeah, it's no bumps tonight. It's back on the real sports, racing, footy this weekend, cricket. Obviously, we won't talk about cricket at the moment, but yeah, the real sports. Just to fire up my New South Wales and Queensland friends.
Great stuff there. Let's keep going through the order here. You can see Smitty there, 42-1. And I think the prediction was up there, Chuck Norris. Will we see times in the 40s in qualifying, yes or no? I think we've got a couple of minutes remaining on that. Gamble responsibly. Just think of what you could be gambling with as we take a look now at Chipperton. And who are you tipping, Wilco? We've got plenty of prizes up for grabs this evening. Still not over in the championship as Chipperton's had a big off here. And he's in the gravel trap at the penultimate corner there, so not ideal for him.
No, and that's all over because time is up for these guys, so they should be finishing the lap. Looks like Mr. Ernie Drongo might have missed the memo, even though we've done it all season. So hopefully he will realise now when return to pits, even though he is last at the moment. But yeah, everyone should be finishing their lap and returning to the pits. We should get these pro guys coming out. But let's jump on board with Kilroy. Currently P6, he's leading the Pro-Am Championship by, was it 120 points or something? So he should be, as long as he finishes tonight, he should be home and hose for the Pro-Am honours. So let's see what he can do in his last lap in quali.
Let's have a look. I believe, and this information has been sent, Kilroy now comes across the line. Let's see what he can do here at the moment. Is he starting a final run? I think they can up to fifth. Yeah, P5 there, 0.3 of a second off of Sideways with a 42 flat. As he pulls off to the side of the track, Nismo and Jimbo both in the pits, and we can see here Chuck Norris, Noodles leading the pack here as he gets ready to come out for this qualifying session. And I think now we're going to see some serious times here, Chuck Norris. We're looking for 140s, I think, in the predictions as we see Noodles come out onto the circuit. Chuck, it's the track is optimum. What times are you expecting to see here? We've got a 42 flat, of course, for Sideways. But I have a feeling we're going to go a hell of a lot quicker than that. But are we going to go 2 seconds quicker, Chuck? That's the question.
Yeah, that is definitely the question that we need to kind of figure out, I guess. You know, lap times on PC, I've seen people get into the 39s. I'm not too far away from that myself. So it's just a matter of, you know, whether these guys can manage to hook it up, whether their setups are dialed in and you know, on point. But yeah, definitely, you know, we've seen it over the course of some of the season races here. You know, sometimes we see the times that the AM and the Pro-Am guys put in, and then the Pro guys come out to play, and you know, they tend to go about half a second to a second quicker. So we might scrape into the 40s, but we might just miss out. So yeah, 10 minutes on that clock, or 9 minutes I should say now. So yeah, time's ticking, and we'll find out soon enough.
The time is ticking away, no doubt about that, Chuck Norris. Consistency is the key, and that is the message from the Gold Fork, of course. Disco Stu, big good evening to you. Sorry if I put someone off when I crashed. Could be a long night at the office, says Disco Stu. Time's very close between myself and Nismo Nath. That coming from Jimbo Johnson. There isn't a lot between them, is there? You can see there 5 thousandths of a second between Jimbo and Nismo, of course, the boss of Hoon Corp Esports, and a big event coming up tomorrow night. But we'll stay here, we'll stay in the present. We want to stay here. We want to stay here and now, don't we, Jason? And just enjoy this moment. But consistency, Disco Stu, coming from the wise Golden Fork. Just got to finish the race. And if you want to finish first you must finish the race. I think Ron Dennis said that, didn't he? But is that, I love.
He said it a bit more convincingly too. I think.
He did. Yes, I was getting close. I'll work on that one. Tick under 8 minutes left. And who have we got coming around? Noodles leading the pack at the moment, Jason. He is looking very busy here.
Yeah, so as we said before, the Pro Honours, the overall championship, is going to be decided between Noodles and Will. So I'm on board with Will at the moment. He's going to be the third car to set a time. He's got a bit of understeer in the Aston at the moment, but funnily enough, Will was actually signed up as a reserve, but obviously you have the 38 people sign up, and then by round 2, the reserves are already taking spots. So Will's been a reserve. He's technically hasn't been a reserve, I guess, because he's been racing every week. And yeah, there's just a couple little things to mention. We've got Andrew racing again tonight, but he has had some it was either wheel issues or he's got a new wheel or gone to an old wheel. I'm not sure. He told me he might not do quali just because he wasn't sure how his wheel would go, which tells me that's probably the same wheel with the issues he's got. But he messaged me just then saying, "Oh, it feels okay in practice, so I'll do quali." So he might be lacking a little bit of pace tonight, so that is his wheel. He's got that is his issue, is he has some hardware problems. But yeah, Matt's back, Simon's back. He hasn't raced for the last couple of races, I think. And obviously Machin, Norm, Nick, Figo's going to look for a big improvement here. He's been a bit down on pace this season for Figo. We normally see him in the really quick, but we'll see if he can wrestle that Lambo up into a podium position tonight.
We'll wait and see. Great work there. The man alongside me, Jason Wilkinson, multiple champion, not only in this series but in many other series that he's driven in. Also Chuck Norris as well, Cameron Norris. Consistency very much the key, of course. The Golden Fork advising us there like Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, wax off, and he'll be trying to catch those chopsticks and flies with the chopsticks. But we've ticked under 6 minutes now. Noodles with a 41.7. Chuck Norris, I'm not seeing 40s at the moment. Can we expect to see that, do we think, in 5.5 minutes? Can they get there?
Oh, it's going to be close to see as we see somebody in the background make a slight mistake there and run the gravel. So, yeah, look, 8/10 is still quite a bit of time to chip away, but it could be all up for Greeny. I think the prediction was obviously will we see the 40s in qualifying, and there's 0% on yes and 100% on no. That 100% being me and Wilco, but in that 0% of yes, there is actually 10 kid coins that Greeny has thrown in. So it's either me and Wilco are going to have to fight over 10 kid coins, or Greeny's going to clean up 5k. But it's still a long way to go in qualifying. Obviously 5 minutes left on that clock. All you need is one absolutely banker of a lap, and you've got a 40.
Here we go. 41.2.
41.2. We're getting closer. Is that Sidor coming across the line? What can he do? He starts another lap. Who else have we got? We'll go. Look how close these times are.
All of them. All these white numbers start appearing to the top of the screen now. So Matt's coming across through the last corner now.
Here comes Matt.
And then you got Andrews, the last car from the pros to do it. But Matt's could improve. So yeah, I reckon we'll see this lap. We should see all these pro guys start jumping up the order to try and hog that sort of top 10 spot on the leaderboard. But a few good times from the pro-ams, especially Salvo's Polko, our champion. And if you look at P4, P5 and P6's time, that's 3 cars running the exact same to the decimal, exact same time. 0.805, 0.805, 0.805.
Wait a minute. Look at this. Unbelievable. Yeah. Look at this. We're sitting on a 41.2. The Golden Fork says 40s will be tough. Exo saying good luck all. Let's keep Trevor the boys entertained. Hopefully we can keep you entertained as well at home. I'm sure to hit a few fences. Got to shave off nearly a second. That's going to be tough the next 3.5 minutes. Prove me wrong, Golden Fork with his wisdom. And CP Greeny should have put 1,000 on for a 40. But look at this. Look how close it is, sideways.
Yeah, 142.077, 142.077,
Say it again.
142.077.
Say it again!
Rinse and repeat.
And
no, only 3 cars.
42.
See, no, Craig goes to 142. So here we go now. We'll see
There's a
these
lot
change.
of 7-7s in that,
Yeah.
you know.
There's
No
a lot of
666s. Oh, Will's up to just under 2/10 now off the thing.
Will
There's
getting
Simon. That
close.
805's gone.
Here comes Nick.
And we've got a few cars.
What can he do? Here comes Nick across the line. Where's this going to put him? Still in 5th. Figo comes across. He goes up to 4th as well. What about Machin? Machin in 7th. Who else have we got? Boy, these times are tumbling. Track temperature at 30 degrees. 2.5 minutes. They're going to get another run here, Wilco. Easily, aren't they? They might even get another run after that as well.
Yeah, everyone will get 2 more laps. So this is the time where you start really trying to push it now and really send it through. You make a mistake, you know you got a little bit of time as long as you don't fence it. You got a little bit of time to sort of gather yourself back up. But yeah, I reckon if I can hit drive now, and I'll tell you, here we go. Will is 2/10 up on his time. Let's go to Andrew's just on. Everyone else is pretty much even with their times. Side Dog is 3/10 up. I reckon Mr. Will is going to be the one to look at.
Let's have a look. Getting down to the business end here. What do the words Will Star mean to you, Chuck Norris? They
You
mean...
made a mistake.
Ooh, who else have we got? Well, I built that one up, but anyway, thanks for...
Go Andrew. I think
Andrew.
one that's improving a bit.
Okay, let's have a look at Andrew now down the hill. Let's have a look. Can he improve? He's 8/10 off, still with an identical time to Sideways Polka. Couple of corners to go. He's approaching the cheetah, and he'll need to pounce here tonight. Can he be the quickest of them all? Let's have a look. Slightly on the grass there. He runs wide. Is that going to be an invalid lap? I don't think so.
No, all good.
Into the final corner at turn 16. Out onto the start-finish straight. Figo improves slightly. Look how close it is at the top. Here comes Distinct Andrew. It's only good enough for 3rd. Wow.
He'll be the last card across the line though, so keep an eye on him. Let's go back to Noodles.
Let's go back to 2-minute Noodles now, flying around this Kyalami circuit. One of your favourites, Chuck Norris. Is it one of your favourites, or is it your favourite as we look at Noodles here, Chuck?
He's 2/10 up.
Yeah, Kyalami's an all-time favourite, and you know, Noodles looked like he was on the money that last time around until he made that mistake at Cheetah and he grabbed that sausage curb and ran a little bit wide. But at the same time, not too far behind, you've got Willstar, who was actually on a really good lap as well, and unfortunately made a mistake there. So look, I mean, I reckon we could see the 40s, but at the end of the day, the Cheetah might end up jumping out, pouncing and ruining that for us.
So Noodles was going into that hairpin, the left-hand hairpin at the top of the hill. He was 2 and a bit tenths up, and he went a little bit deep there and lost a bit of time. He sent it through there. He's back to a 10th up. So I don't think he's going to crack the 40s unless he gets a really... Oh, he has done a really good, run here. Call it, Trev.
We're looking for the 40s. Here he comes. 40 needs to find 0.2 of a second. He comes across the line. It's a 41.1. Here comes Willstar. What can he do? Oh, Willstar. Let's have a look.
Wow.
Here comes Andrew. Distinct Andrew here in the BMW, one of only 2 in the field tonight. It's getting very close, Golden
We've got
Fork.
Matt first.
Here comes Matt. What can he do? Can he improve? Oh, up
yeah,
to
and here's
3rd. Here
Andrew.
comes Andrew. Across the line, are we going to see a 140? No. Wow, but what a qualifying session.
The 2 championship guys, the championship fighters, are going to be fighting to turn 1.
Unbelievable. You couldn't have scripted it better. It's funny how it works out. And CP Greeny cleaning up big time. You might have cleaned up 5k coins, but look at this. By 0.127 of a second. Incredible how close they got to that weight. Chuck Norris is
I was going to say, he missed out by 1/10. Just give him to Greeny anyway. Just give him.
Look, I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like, I only put 1k on that. I've still got another 40k to go. Wilco's basically broke because I had to gift him points last time around. So, look, Greeny, we're not going to steal your 10 channel points, but here you go, buddy. You can have our 5k.
Ding, 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 ding. Greeny has been paid out. Head to the collection station because you'll be picking up your 5k kit coins. Can go towards sound effects. You're joking. This is not a yoke. This is very serious. Can someone tell Greenie? Can someone tell Greenie and yell out the commentary box window? Couple of lemon squashes on me, boys, says CP Greenie. Maxi Naked Blade says, what a qualifying session. Come on, Will Star for the champion. Well, he has wasted no time, Jason, in bloody nailing his colours to the mast, because he's backing Will Star here this evening.
Yeah, so well, to be fair, Noodles won the GT2. Will could win the GT3. Then I guess we've got two different pro winners, but of course that's not how it goes. Noodles wants both championships. He's starting from the front row. I reckon we should. Yeah, hopefully there's a nice clean battle that's really intense. We don't want to see a bit of Ayrton Senna and Suzuka turn 1 sort of stuff going on. But I think he would have to finish probably third. But I'll try and work that out quickly, and then we sort of know as we go.
Can't wait for that. We're gonna we can see our cars on the grid. Just recapping, Noodles in an incredible qualifying session. So incredible, my headset's fallen off due to excitement, and gonna have to stand up to just extend those vocal cords. Good evening to you, legends in the box. Well, there's 4 legends, in fact, because that means that you are a legend as well, Maxi Naked Blade. That joke never gets old, does it? But Mint in third, and wow, what does that tell you? The side of Matthew Simmons in a pot pink Lambo just gets me excited. Distinct Andrew, second row of the grid. Figo, Simon Bishop there. Norm, Nick, Matchin, sideways. Craigie, Smitty, Chipperton in his particular class there. Kilroy, Sniper, Nismo, Jimbo, Norms. Let's take a breath here. Mark, Stewie, Saint Sim, Ernie Dingo, and Exorcist, which is on at the cinemas at the moment. Almost booked Tay into the wrong movie there. It was between Despicable Me 4 and The Exorcist. I tell you what, it would have ruined her for life there yesterday at the cinema if she'd booked into that one. We got our popcorn and our frozen Cokes and went in there. But price of cinema tickets is another issue for another day. We won't talk about that with 30 seconds to go to the starting grid. But that is your starting grid. We're going to take a short break. Do not go anywhere. Chuck a pot of... Thank you, Race Control there, advising us that we're getting close to the start of this one. 5K, amazing. He says that's 10. Shut up, Jasons.
10
but
seconds.
yeah, all right. Thank you very much, Universal Bus. Keep interrupting me if you don't mind. Good evening to you as well. We're going to go to a short break. We're going to come back with the race start in a couple of minutes' time. Shut up, Jason! What a way to go out.
Season for the GT3 competition now. Look at that, 30 cars.
As we are on lap 123 of this charismatic French Bulldog Hank will be waiting for him at home and he'll be saying, woof, woof, woof.
Very lucky he didn't do the first hour, because he could have quite literally been a fish out of water. But thankfully for Nemo, he knows how to navigate these conditions.
Their usual thing and going tits up. But we've got 6 hours, that's right, 6 hours to go here. And we're only on lap
Not
1.
too far away from Immortal Nick, but Immortal Nick right behind Vert Wheeler here. But Vert Wheeler still got to do that mandatory pit stop.
You can see there Vanessa enjoying this. She goes, "Oh, you're so brilliant and funny." And she absolutely loving that stream over there at 7 a.m. And this guy down there side by side with Random, and then it's Hoot Corp. Look at this down Kemmel Straight, Prince, as the team radio beeps are coming in, flying under the radar. Welcome to you, and it's so close. Is there going to be contact? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And we are on the formation lap. This is the season finale. My goodness, Will Star's looking racy there. And it is a horrible, horrible world we're living in. It's CP Greeny's world, and we're all just living in it. He says, I've watched more races than I've raced in. Fun fact, CP Greeny, I've played this game for 184 hours on the PS5 and I haven't turned a wheel. I haven't completed one single lap, can you believe? But Nick says, poo-poo PS5 glitch. Couldn't select any menu options. That's terrible news for Nick. And we're just about to get this one ready to get underway. Noodles and Will Star, boy oh boy. You could not write a better script than it's Matt behind him, Distinct Andrew behind Will Star, but we're almost ready to go racing here. And boy, aren't we excited. 16 people on the stream. Hope you're enjoying this one. We're almost ready to get underway. It's back to a 1 hour race for the final, 8th and final round of the championship for the Kid Buyers Racing League. Go, go, go! We're almost there. Here we go. Green light. It's me! Let's go with the race start. We are away as they all stream down into turn 1. Will Star under pressure from Matt already as Noodles has managed to stay in front. Thank you, K-Mag, for getting these sound effects in there as well. Mint into second. Matthew Simmons up to second in the hot pink Lamborghini. Through turns 1, 2, 3, heading towards the barbecue at turn 5. It's Noodles leading Will Star down into third position off of the start line. And boy, oh boy, we've seen a hectic start here already. All of them 20 plus drivers here this evening for round 8 of this championship. Norm is in there as well amongst the action. Then we've had a couple off at the back there, but the timing sheets just resetting themselves. Nice, more than last night, says Savage Duck. Great to have you back, Savage Garden. As what are these timing sheets doing here? They're just resetting themselves. They always go a bit haywire and a bit up the shizer here at the start. We're on the opening lap here at the moment, but it is Noodles. Mint Matt in second, Will Star in third, so not the best start there for Will Star. Chuck Norris down to third after starting in second off the start line.
Anymore here, but yeah, that's
So-
huge damage for Smitty.
Yeah, so Smitty spun or got spun. I just saw him sideways as well on board with another car. I went back to on board with Smitty and he was doing 360s about 100 mile an hour, and I've seen Nick come off with a broken car. So I think Nick's nailed him. Smitty's got bad damage, but we might head back to the front. We've got Matt up into P2, Will drop into P3.
Well, there we have it. A couple of Lara Bingles further down the field off the start line. But let's get back to the business end of things. Mint Matt, quickest lap there on your screen, but Noodles still leads by half a second. Then it's Will Star in third. Distinct Andrew. Look at some of the quality here. Chuck Norris in the field. Noodles, Matt, Will, Andrew, Sidog. We've got some serious races here.
Impossible to race with. Impossible.
As Mrs. B.
The stars, ladies, you know. You cannot go into the corners crashing with other cars.
And thank you, Mrs. B there, giving us the Fernando Alonso. I asked her the trivia question as somebody's off down there at the hairpin. I'm not sure who that is. I asked Mrs. B the other day. I always just do a bit of trivia with her. I said, can you name a Ferrari driver? She says, I can name more than one. I can name two. And she proceeded to name Fernando and Alonso. I said, they're the same person, sweetie, but I'll accept that answer anyway. And LOL there. And thank you. No, don't need to tell them that. As Mrs. B up and about in the chat. But everybody very happy here. But 1.1 seconds is the gap. Mrs. B tuning in just at the right time here, Chuck Norris, because Noodles extending his advantage at the front on lap 2.
Yeah, Noodles making a bit of a lead here, is doing well. I do see Jimbo into the pit lane early, so wonder if he kind of maybe got caught up in that incident there with Smitty on the cheetah curb at the end of the last lap there. But yeah, Noodles having a good run here. He's taken the provisional purple lap off of Matt. But Matt's not letting him up. You got Will reaching for the stars not too far behind. Zydog's actually having a great battle behind Andrew, and you look at the timing charts a little bit further back, and everyone's in a nice big train, which is what we like to see.
We absolutely love it. Reach for the sky. No, that was Woody, wasn't it? But anyway, 55 and a half minutes to go in this race, which means plenty of time to use your free bits. That's right, Mrs. B. Use your bits and contribute to the stream. It would be great to have you along. Mint Matt in second, Will Star in third. But what's this? Simon Bishop, very, very close to Distinct Andrew. In fact, so close he's possibly nudging his backside there, Jason Wilkinson. He means business, our receding hairline Kiwi.
It's not receding, it's gone. Oh no, speaking of gone, oh good save.
He's gone as well.
Save. Oh wow, that's a save and a half. That's a clip there. That is a clip. And yes, Nismo is actually in the pits too. So I thought I saw his number and Ernie Drongo in a yellow thing at the top of the hill on the hairpin, and Nismo's back in the pits. So maybe that's a bit close. Yeah, maybe they come together. I'm sure Nismo will let us know if he is watching. But yeah, it looks like Smitty is. Oh, he's back out there. So Smitty's out there, probably a lap or two down, and then Nick's back out there. Oh, nearly ran on the backside of the car, but he's going to unlap himself too. But yeah, it looks like Noodles is starting to stretch his legs a little bit with Matt just catching on. But yeah, Will, I think he should know he just needs to finish in the top 3 or 4 and he'll be fine.
And we've got the possible championship permutations, if that's even a word. If Noodles wins, Will needs to finish 4th or higher. If Will finishes 5th, they are tied on points, and Noodles wins on a countback. 5 wins to 1, of course. A bit of Prost and Lauder there. Remember back in 84? No, you probably don't. Half a point there in the end. Beyond gutted, says Nismo. And been looking forward to this race all season. I go and bin it when it matters. Terrible news for Nismo Nath in the early going of this race. My voice just broke as Mrs. B coming in with the cheers. There's a gigantic bubble wrap head in the chat there. I think Chuck Norris is throwing those bubble heads in there. But how good is this? Because Mrs. B coming in with the bits like you wouldn't believe. The brazen bits, and this whole season's been rough, but this is particular punch in Zadicki, says Nismo there. Donald Dickey used to play for Port Adelaide. Google search him on AFL tables, Jason, because we're 8 minutes into this race. Noodles checking out here at the front.
Yeah, so he is, well, easy, but he's only 1.6, so it's staying around that 1.4 to 1.8 second mark. So that's probably, yeah, that's a nice manageable gap for both Noodles and Matt. Noodles thinking, okay, pressure's off, and Matt's thinking, okay, pressure's still there. So it's a decent gap. We know, Noodles is very strong and very consistent over the race, but obviously Matt is too. So it could come down to the pit stops and undercuts, and a bit of traffic probably coming up too.
Well, we'll wait and see how that goes. Whole season has been rough. Nismo says we still love you. Don't forget tomorrow night, big a race at Silverstone, of course. Mega Esports doing their thing there. Donald Dickey, the Maori AFL player there. I don't know why that come into my head, but we've hit our prediction. We've hit our bits goal, whatever the hell it's called. But Donald Dickey played for Port Adelaide, I believe. Savage Duck, if you could let us know. I think he was in the first ever Port Adelaide side back in 1997. And who did they lose to in round 1 of 1997, Jason?
Well, it was 2, so I'm guessing Hawthorn.
Collingwood, that's right. 51 and a half minutes remaining.
I had either 1 or 2 answers then, and I went the wrong one.
And there we go. 50-50 bet on that occasion. Here's another 50-50 bet. Who will pit first? Correct to both. Correctamundo. Don't try and get up too early to beat me when it comes to AFL statisticals. because Sidehawk down the inside will hold that point on Donald Dickey for a moment. Someone's run wide there. It's Smitty again. So going from bad to worse, out of the frying pan and into the fire goes Smitty, but Sidehawk getting that move done. And now I think Smitty's well down the field, is he not?
Yeah, he's a couple laps down, so he's got a bit of blue flag, so he's just trying to get out of the way best he can.
He's getting out of the way there, but Sidehawk, a man on a mission. And what team has the most champion of Australia in the AFL? What team has the most champion of Australia in the AFL? Okay, I'll try to translate that one and get back to you. But 50 and a half minutes remaining. 5 laps completed.
Most premierships.
I think it's Essendon, Carlton and Collingwood, isn't it? On 16? Is that correct? No.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. But I know
we've won 8 in the last 10 years.
Collingwood. yeah. Well, I was going to get to that, but you cut me off, and you'll have protection as usual. So that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes. Who's won 4 in a row? The only team to win 4 in a row back in 1927 to 1930, the famous football club. And Wilco's
there was Collingwood versus Collingwood A.
and the Fitzroy B. The Fitzroy B grade side. And anyway, we've got 5 laps to go. We could be speaking.
Smitty's around again. That could be night over.
Is around. Let's wait and see if he's stationary there. He's in a very, very bad spot there, Chuck Norris. Luckily, he's gone back to the pits, Chuck. That is his night done and dusted.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Is unfortunately being claimed on that cheetah curb there a few too many times, I think. And there's only so much bad luck you can have, but. If it's any consolation, Smitty, I had a worse one than you. I actually made a mistake on there during an Enduro many months ago, and I ended up being ping-ponged by like half the field because I managed to go from like P10 all the way up to the very front of the grid on the opening lap. Made a mistake on that curb, and then got demolished by about 20 cars. So you had a little bit of a better run there than me.
He certainly
did. Insert that porn gif with the.
What gif? Sorry.
the horn gif. The one with the white horn and then the dark horns all around it.
I was when you mentioned ping pong, I thought instantly of Forrest Gump, who was the Vietnam ping pong champion, who even played ping pong when I didn't have anyone to play ping pong with. And there we go.
I was thinking Seb Vettel at Russia, but that's right.
Someone hit me in the rear, turn 2, and someone hit me in the rear, turn 3. And get him out of that car and get Max Verstappen in there. And boy, how good a decision was that. Champions of Australia was when interstate premiership teams played each other before they defunct in 1975. Now back to the race. Well, I wasn't even born then. In fact, Benella hasn't even hit 1875, let alone 1975. So we haven't got the bell-bottom trousers quite at this particular time. But Mint-Matt, Chuck Norris, can I just insert myself into your skull at the moment and just ask you the question, what is going through Mint-Matt's mind now? That gap is 2 seconds. Does he manage the gap, of course, with mandatory pit stops here? Would he be thinking tyres already 13 minutes into the race?
Oh, it's a tough one. I don't really know how the Lambo goes on the tyres. The McLaren kind of chews them up around here a little bit. So, I feel like the nature of the Lambo might be a little bit better on those tyres. So maybe he might be able to extend it, go a little bit longer than maybe what Noodles can. But yeah, I feel like it's a little bit too early to maybe play the strategy game provisionally, because if you make one mistake on the cheetah curb, you scrub the tyres, you warm them up a little bit too much, then they're kind of toasted. So at that point, you might actually want a new set.
As we see Nismo struggling on now. He did mention that he was looking forward to this race. He's a long way down the field. I just assumed he'd retired, Wilco, when he sent that message, but he's still continuing on, of course. Smitty is back in the pits. Nismo has moved up a position, showed some good form, and earlier on in the year, tonight maybe hasn't been his night. Exo there continuing on, leading his class, but look at these pro guys at the moment. Noodles, there he is, 2.2 seconds back to Matt in the Lambo car, which Jason isn't too fond of. Willstar there as well in third position, Distinct Andrew in fourth, and then it's Simon Bishop there tucked into 5th position. Figo as well, 2 Lambos inside the top 6 in this one. Then Norm, who we haven't spoken too much about so far, but Norm having a good race as well. And we can see Sideways there leading the way as well in the Pro-Am class. Kilroy, 132 points ahead of Mark and 144 ahead of Mickey, aka Sideways. Polka, who's your tip, Jason, for the championship? We've got 300 up for grabs tonight. Who are you tipping in all 3 classes here if we could get a penny for your thoughts?
Will Star. He'll be, that's my tip at this stage, with him sitting in 3rd where he needs to finish 4th. So Will Star's my tip. Kilroy, I think he's almost home and hose as long as he finishes. And Jimbo, I think he should be. How many balls and points did Jimbo? I think he should also win. Saying that, he has pitted quite early, so towards the end of the race he could start falling back through the field. So we'll see where he finishes, and we'll keep an eye on
ahead, I think, isn't he, Jimbo? 90 ahead of Chipperton.
Yeah, so that actually might be a bit closer, because the points are. So where's Chipperton at the moment? So Chipperton is in 16th. So let's just say that Jimbo finishes below that. So 16th is 114 points, and if Jimbo finishes 23rd, 24th, you're looking at 72 or 66 points. So, realistically, Jimbo just has to finish in the top 22, and it should be okay, really. But we'll see.
We shall see. Plenty to play out in this one, of course. Do not go anywhere. Do not adjust your TV sets. This is not a drill. Chuck Norris, the prediction. Who will pit first, Noodles or Matt? 5 minutes, gamble responsibly. We are still waiting for that to play out, of course, here on lap 9 of this race. Steady going, everyone very much in a holding pattern here, it would seem, in this season finale for the GT3s. And much better turnout tonight. What have we had? 23 drivers here tonight. Smitty has gone back to the pit lane. Nismo is soldiering on, and Nick, well down the field. Jason, did we see what happened to Nick at all? He was well and truly up there,
he was the one
he?
that. Yeah, he started from pit lane because he had a issue not being able to hit drive, but then he was the car that hit Smitty when Smitty was parked on the racing line after the. Is that the cheetah or is that the crocodile? Whatever that one with the big curb is.
Yep. That's wasn't the ideal place to go off, was it? I can remember we said that at the time. And this race, I wonder if we are going to finish. You can see the sun setting here at Kyalami. We almost finished in pretty much darkness, didn't we, last night, Chuck Norris as well? But it's going to be very difficult for the drivers, as Nick there, well down the field. He's got Jimbo further ahead of him, so he'll continue on. Oh, Ernie Dingo drifting that one there through the corner, but he's managed to collect it up and keep going there. Ernie Drongo is off the track again. Did he get some damage or something, Chuck? It's a very strange incident there. We've got yellow flags out now. He's in the gravel trap. Luckily, Chuck Norris, he's on his own. I think we've lost him.
I think that's him there. The car, unfortunately, he did have a mega slide there. That was really nice to see. But yeah, he managed to catch it just before it kind of snapped back to the right side there. And unfortunately, it looks like he almost had a similar mistake, maybe a wheel malfunction, something that we couldn't really see happened there going into, I can't remember, I think it's called the mine shaft, where he almost made or he ran off into the gravel, I should say. So yeah, maybe one too many mistakes is made, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to call it tonight, not my night, and we'll come back stronger for the next season. But yeah, nonetheless, it's very unfortunate to see something like that happen. It would have been good to see him maybe finish the season strong, but nonetheless, we don't know what happened, and I'm sure he'll jump into the chat and let us know.
Well, there's one thing. Death, taxes, and Lando Norris getting driver of the day. They love giving it to Lando, don't they? Yes, put it on pole position, Jason, in the fastest car, and mess up the start, let Max win, and still get driver of the day. It amazes me, but who am I to talk? I fell asleep 6 laps from the end. So there you have it. 41 minutes remaining, 10 laps completed.
I didn't watch any I didn't watch a single lap all weekend.
Not even,
live. I
not
watched
even
the
a
highlights and
KO
thought,
Mini
there
or
we go.
two? Not even a KO
No,
Mini?
just the YouTube's 4 minutes or 5 in the highlight. That's all I needed.
That's all I needed right there, as Michael Jordan would say in the Last Dance documentary. Okay, you want to ignore me? Fine. I'm going to win a championship. And there we have it, the great MJ. Never got those Air Jordan sneakers for Christmas. Only got the Dunlops, the cheap Dunlop sneakers, Nigerian prints. You can see I've gotten over it, and just a bit of childhood trauma there, not getting the Air Jordans. But anyway, you can see, who knows what I could have been if I'd got those Air Jordans for Christmas in 1998. But Auto Tomoto, we are picking a random driver to look at now, and we've decided to pick a Mint Matt Matthew Simmons in the hot pink Lambo. Auto Tomoto with the kid buyers emoji next to his name. How good is that? In the teal blue of the Port Adelaide Football Club. We've got the power to win. You stayed awake longer than me, says Auto Tomoto. I stayed awake 6 laps until the end, and that's all I could last out for. But there we go. Check those results a little bit later on. But we are 1/3 distance here. And it looks like Distinct Andrew now getting very serious here, Chuck Norris, with Will Star. And interesting approach here. When, what do we got, 39 minutes remaining, Chuck? Would you be thinking of undercuts here, potentially trying to sneak into the pit lane and get a jump on some of these guys? Considering where they're stuck in a huge train at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think we discussed this last night during the GT2 season finale, didn't we, Trev? Where, the undercut actually seems to pay off a lot better around Kyalami. So, I feel like it'd be more of an advantage for, say, Andrew, knowing that he's kind of got the lap-by-lap pace, but he can't really get past Willstar with the pressure from Sidorg not too far away as well. It might be easier to maybe box at the end of this lap, get that mandatory pit stop done, because looking at the track map, looks like you'll come out in some nice good clean air and you won't really have anything to worry about. And around Kyalami, you'll be surprised at what an undercut can give you.
You certainly will be. An uppercut as well if you mess with the man alongside me, Chuck Norris. Undercuts, overcuts and uppercuts. Fell asleep about lap 5, says Auto Tomoto. Wow, I thought I was bad. Woke up with the champagne music. Don't forget to use your kid coins. You can redeem that champagne music. And there we have it. Very much looking forward to 2025 and 2026 in the F1 season. 2025, of course, the regs are the same, aren't they, next year? But we've got a few driver moves. But good news, of course, coming through today as we look at Figo here in this race. Not too far behind Norm. We're going to keep an eye on that pit stop, that pit lane, I reckon. Pit lane is going to be open very, very shortly. But Pierre Gasly has signed on with Alpine, and Lance Stroll there continuing on at Aston Martin. Interesting decision, but I think Lance will be very enthusiastic like he always is. And another 2 years of him getting knocked out in Q1. Him and Sergio, not too much between them, is there, in terms of their Q1 exits in recent times. But Distinct Andrew now very close. Simon in there as well. Jason, I reckon one of these boys have got to make a stop surely to get the jump on their opposite numbers here.
Yeah, so I'm not sure who it's going to be. Oh, Simon's starting to slide around. We know the quite high on that Ferrari, so Simon will try and take the hit while he's sort of sticking with these guys and try and go as long as he can, and then have fresher tyres for the end. That will probably be the play. But yeah, Andrew, I think, is really putting the pressure on now, and Will is, he's taken the pressure so far. But again, if I was Will, I'd be like, all right, I'm assuming he would know the championship ramifications and where he needs to finish, and if he does, I'll probably look at trying to just keep holding Andrew up. But there you go, little mistake from Andrew. Whoa. Well, bounce over some curves. Now this is his chance to sort of stretch his legs with Simon and Andrew going really close.
And it started off as a little mistake. It wasn't too far away from being a much bigger mistake. But he's managed to get out of jail on that occasion. That's put him under intense pressure from Simon Bishop. We saw Simon sharing those memories from the Gran Turismo World Series back in 2019. Different times, of course, pre-COVID. And cheers, says Auto Tomoto. Great to have your company with us here at the moment. Distinct Andrew under all sorts of pressure. Will start continuing on past the pit lane. So is Matt. So is Noodles. Let's take a look at the drivers lower down. Nismo is in to the pits. One of only 4 drivers who have gone green next to their name. Nick is continuing on as he's getting closer now to Chipperton. It's well inside a second here. As Kilroy's in to the pits, Wilco. Here he comes.
Yeah, I was just about to say, there's a nice battle between Sniper, Kilroy and Craigio, and they were nose to tail. But yeah, Kilroy, who is, again, leading the Pro-Am Championship, he's pulling into the pits, so he's going to have a nice, big, juicy bit of fresh air when he comes out, so he'll be able to start going. Matchin's in as well, as we said, and yeah, Nismo might be just sitting in the pit lane just to watch his fellow mates do some runs. Exorcist has jumped in too, but talking about that battle earlier, we had Jimbo and Chipperton. They were the 2 fighting for Am, same as Exorcist, who's on the same points as Chipper. Jimbo's come out ahead of Chipperton there, so keep an eye where Exorcist is and where he comes out in relation to the other 2 boys, but I think Jimbo should have this Am Championship wrapped up as well.
Certainly should have, but we know strange things can happen. Would you like to get be a part of this Australia-New Zealand? It's the Kid Buyers Racing League. But if you do want to be a part of that other series, which is fantastic in its own right, just don't forget to follow the link in the Discord to get involved with the Kid Buyers Racing League. Also do the same, and a big shout out to the one, the only. Get in my sack Norris there as well, who's posting all of that good stuff. Does a hell of a lot of work for us here on the channel, and commentates as well. A man of many talents as Noodles is coming up to some traffic here. Is that Machin? I believe he's just disposed of, and I don't think he's got too much ahead of him. He's into some clear air. He's got a clear track in front of him. But Chuck, would those tyres be starting to feel a little bit second-hand at the moment, do we think, approaching half-race distance?
Yeah, definitely. You know, Kyalami, you really lean on those tyres quite heavily, especially some of the high-speed corners and stuff like that you utilize around here. You definitely scrub those tyres. So if you don't look after them over that opening, say, 3-4 laps of the race, you'll definitely start to suffer towards the mid and obviously the later stages. So yeah, I'm very interested to see who is going to actually take that extra 5 seconds and, you know, take the tyres on top of their fuel for their pit stops. As we see Stu's also come into the pit lane, so we've got a couple of people further down the order that have completed their mandatory stop. I see Nismo is still in the pit lane even though he's completed his stop, so maybe he's kind of retired the car provisionally, although we have seen him come out onto the circuit after that. Nick as well, though, does look like he's managed to get past Chipperton.
Certainly does. Plenty of movers and shakers and candlestick makers out there at the moment. That rhymes as well. It looks like Nick has rounded up Chipperton, and it really is a question as Stewie into the pits again and out of the pits. We'll get back to our race leader for the time being, and that gap 4.4 seconds. So really, Jason, 4.4 seconds, no matter what Noodles does, there's no risk of an undercut or an overcut, is it? He's too far ahead at the moment, so he can really decide, can't he, what he wants to do in terms of strategy, and the others are going to follow suit, aren't they?
Yeah, so that 4 second gap, so yeah, a nice little buffer. It's probably a gap that might entice Matt to think, oh, okay, well, if I can nail my pit stop and not change tyres, I might be able to come out ahead. But of course, if he needs to do that, he's going to have to pit this lap, so then he can get his pressures back up and sort of keep the pace nice and high, and hope that, yeah, the undercut, just pure undercut, is what gets him the lead. But we do know, and I do remember this, the McLaren, the charity race last year in August, the McLaren was very, very slow on the straights. So if Matt does come out ahead, we'll see, you know, how hard it is for Noodles to actually make the pass, especially if he has new tyres. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe the BOP we didn't have back on then. We didn't have back on didn't have back then. Oh my God, I'll try in English. That might have affected the McLaren straight line speed, but currently just looking at the BOP, the McLaren is at 14 kilos, the Lamborghini's at -1, and the Aston is at plus 18. So a little bit of change with weight, so that can hurt some tyres as well.
So, sun setting at Kyalami. Interesting thoughts. The thoughts of Jason Wilkinson. And a big shout out as well to the Jason Wilkinson Driver Academy of Fine Arts and Driving, which new courses opening up. End of financial year specials on there. Don't forget, Jason, contact the Wilkinson Driver Academy at gmail.com. He's going to be a busy man, certainly in the next couple of months. So best to get in quick while you can and get those special rates there. I cut out there for a second. There's 30 minutes remaining. Wait for it. Wait for it. You know what's coming. The Universal Boss is warming up. And he's getting ready for it. Race control.
Don't blush, baby. Don't blush, baby. Don't blush, baby.
Let's
It's getting
count
louder.
it in. Let's count it
Here
in.
we
He's
go.
waiting. He's waiting for it. 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're halfway through. Keep pushing.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! The Universal Boss leads us in one of our favourite parts of the race. Just the enthusiasm in his voice. If that doesn't get you up and about, Cam, I don't know what will. But let me tell you, we're inside the last half of this race. Noodles continues on. Is he going to have a fancy dinky die look down that pit lane entry? No, he's not. That 55 McLaren is continuing on. Matt into the pits. We said this could potentially happen down to 50 kilometres, and hot pink Matt is hot pink Lambo Matt into the pits. Wilco, interesting here. You said he'd have a goose, he'd have a little dingle, didn't you, with a pit stop, and indeed he has.
Yeah, if only I put my money where my mouth was and not my mouth where my money was, because I just lost out on some more kid coins. But I'll tell you what, my betting this year has been real life betting and kid coin betting has been atrocious.
Well, I tell you what.
Some should say I should grow up. Oh yeah, probably growing up might be up. So some should say I should give up too.
And
give up and grow
up. I want to be okay. As Mint-Man into the pits, Naughty Norman sideways, and Crago. 4 drivers, 4 pros. Four pros. They'll think they're pros. We've got 6 pros. I beg your pardon. Mark into the top 5 now. And interesting here, does Matt 2.7 coins, 2.7k coins go to the Golden Fork? Ooh. If you're still around out there watching the Golden Fork, Mr. Miyagi has picked up the 2.7k coins to be used on sound effects and all sorts of other interesting things you can redeem with those sound effects. But 28 minutes gone, Willstar pushes on Chuck. He is continuing to keep continuing here, and no signs of him slowing up as he comes through. Is he going to make a stop? Is he going to stay out? Let's have a look. Not flirting with that pit lane entry at all, Chuck. He's continuing on. Yellow flag out for something. Is that Jimbo having a moment? No, it's not. Somebody else has gone off.
I think it might have been... I have no idea. Stu. Might have been Stu Wilson. Stewie. Oh, Simon and Andrew are in.
And Simon.
I think I have a feeling either Matt made a mistake in his stop, or Norm didn't take tyres, because he's only 3 seconds behind Matt, and he was a good 6, 7, 8 seconds, maybe more. So either Matt's made a mistake or Norm didn't take tyres and tried to take some track position. So we'll see, I guess, where Simon and Andrew come out in relation to that.
We shall see, but look, Chuck Norris, look at this. Sniper, Kilroy and Crago all together here on the track. Machin and Figo very close. But the most interesting part of this is that Willstar is behind this lot after his stop. Is that going to affect him, Chuck Norris? He's got these two, Figo and Machin, battling it out just ahead of him. And he's in second,
Matt and Andrew are going to be side by side.
Matt and Andrew, let's have a look. Sorry, I beg your pardon, Willstar hasn't pitted, but look, enough about that. Distinct Andrew and Matt. Look at the skill, look at the precision here between these two. They touch,
Oh,
bumping doors and windows there, just saying hello, Chuck Norris, but my goodness, this is still continuing on here, Chuck, as we get closer to barbecuing.
Yeah, this is an insane battle as Noodles finally dives into the pit lane. So
And
it's
Will.
going to be interesting to see what those guys do in terms of strategy. But Matt
Oh.
and Andrew having a great battle. A little bit of rubbing doors there. You know, they were too wide through most of that opening section of Sector 1. And, you know, sometimes you just got to kind of back out eventually. But, you know, these guys have got that racer mentality. And, you know, you never back out until you get forced off the track. So no, nonetheless though, that was some good racing. Those guys keep going on their way, but Sidorg looks like he's coming at Andrew now, so you know Andrew's not going to get away from that one, so these guys are going at it now.
Here we go, Simon Bishop. Not in the steward's room, Jason. Not sure I entirely agree with that between Andrew and Matt. I know I'm a little bit biased, but anyway, so they continue on now. Simon here having a go as Andrew's off. Wow, in a big way, and there's no coming back from that. He is out of this race unless he can get it into reverse quickly. He's just getting out of the way there, isn't he? We'll go straight into the pits, and there's a couple of sad Hooncourt boys in the pit lane now.
Yeah, so I was just about to say, Andrew jumped Simon in the pit stop phase, so I don't think he took tyres. So that could have maybe had a little effect on why he was a lot quicker on that lap just then, when he was able to sort of, you know, to go side by side with Matt, who had done a couple laps on those new tyres. But yeah, what that battling has done though is it's let Willstar get back from third, looking at maybe fourth, back up to second, effectively second once Mark jumps in. So yeah, that's done wonders for Matt's championship. For Will's championship, with Matt, Simon, and Andrew having that battle. That is, let Will get back into P2, which again, wraps his 1.5 hands. He's sort of closing those fingers on those last that other part of the. You know what I'm trying to say, because I don't.
Well,
yeah, just to quickly, sorry, Trev, just to quickly add on to that as well. Andrew, he made that mistake on the cheetah curb, and all he had to do was drive into pit lane, untick tyres, and take the fuel out of the car, fix whatever damage that could have been, and you know he might have lost maybe 10 seconds or so, but you know he decided to return to the garage, use our teleporting feature, and unfortunately is no longer in the race. So yeah, that's unfortunate to see.
Unfortunate, but these things happen. Simon Bishop, Mint Matt, 1.5 further back. Norm getting very close to Matt Simmons here. I don't think there was any damage between Andrew and Matt there. I think it was a bit of a nudge. And as you can see, the battle continuing on further down the field. Nick is not too far behind Stewie. As you can see there on your screen, Rain of Fire says, yes! Rain of Fire, I'm back! And he is well and truly back, Rain of Fire. Tuning in, great to have your company with us for the championship battle, the season finale. There might be an end of term atmosphere here at the moment, but boy, oh boy, it's school holidays. How are we, lads? We are killing it. Chuck, let him know how you're travelling.
Yeah, I'm traveling pretty good. You know, I get to sit back and, you know, watch an absolutely amazing race between all of these guys in the season finale. But, you know, while we're kind of plugging the season finale, Trev, you know, we've got a lot of good stuff coming up. So do make sure to jump in the Discord, !Discord for the weekly series. We're not too far away, actually, from announcing our charity series, which will kick off on the 31st of July. So just a touch over a month before we get into that one. Really looking forward to that getting off the ground. And then of course we've got a charity enduro series, !Endurance, to jump in for the 6 hours of Kyalami. But back to the racing though, Noodles looks like he's getting away with this one. He's had a pretty easy going race, you could say. He made a couple of mistakes on the cheetah curb in qualifying. Oh God, sorry, as the alcohol's coming back up. But yeah, no, he's had a pretty good run so far, and yeah, hopefully he can keep it pointing in the right direction, because Willstar, he's probably going to want to take a P1 here.
He certainly will be, and I wouldn't say he's checking out. Mark into the pits in the 88 McLaren there. Will Star now 9.2 further back. What comes up must go down, and continuously twirling and twirling towards victory. Spewing, I missed the race. Probably not the ideal way to word that, is it, considering what's happening to my man over there at Adelaide at the moment. He missed this race. It's his favourite track, of course, here in Kyalami. And I absolutely used to love this track on Nigel Mansell's World Championship back in '92. Wilco, I wasn't born yet. And yes, it certainly looked...
-3.
I was -3. That's exactly what it was here in
swimming
Benalla
in
this morning
a certain
when I had to
nutsack.
chisel the ice off my blue Honda Jazz. But you didn't care about that, did you? No, you didn't. And a rough night for a few, it seems, says Nismo Nath. Alcohol says no. Just think of what you could be gambling with. But here comes Noodles now, living it up here in Emerald at the moment. And that's the name of my energy provider. But Emerald, that's WA, isn't it, Wilco? Is he over there in Western Australia?
Who's that?
Rain of Fire is, we're just trying to work out where Emerald is. I'm guessing it's in Western Australia, but I'm not quite sure. We'll have to confirm that as my screen's gone black. Now it's back, thank you very much, as we've got 20 minutes and 1/3 of the race to go. Forget about the Coach Dave Academy on the sponsors boards in the background. Can we get that updated to the Jason Wilkinson Emeralds Victoria question mark?
I thought it was
mark.
Victoria.
Central North Queensland, says Rain of Fire. CP Greenie says in the pits question mark. And I think everybody's made their mandatory pit stop, digging the black gold Texas T and the old black gold, that's for sure. But inside Chuck, I looked back and this race is almost gone here. Where has this race gone? We know where Rain of Fire's gone to. He's 3.5 hours west of Rockhampton. And it is great to have Rain of Fire checking in. CP, Greenie, Auto Tomoto, you name them, we've got them. Chuck, big, huge names on the track and in the chat.
Yeah, that's what we love to see. So just quick friendly reminder, if you guys are in the chat, you're enjoying the stream, you haven't followed yet, I don't know what you're doing. We've got so much good stuff coming up, from the Mega Esports, 6 hours of Silverstone qualifying Friday night, the big race on Sunday, to the charity series coming up end of July. That'll run until the end of August. On top of that, the Enduro series. So make sure to hit that follow button. You don't want to be missing out on any of the goodies. And if you want some of those really cool looking animated emotes, you know, like the bubble wrap man and all that kind of good stuff, make sure to subscribe over to Tier 1. You can use your Prime sub as well.
Don't forget about that. He says, shite, yeah. Mining boom up there at the moment. Oh my goodness, look at this for a three-way battle between Mark, who was late to the party in terms of pit stops. Is he moving out of the way there? I think that's for position, is it not? He just evaporated there, didn't he, Jason? He got out of the way and let Figo through, and Machin as well. They continue their battle. I think we've called Figo. What did we used to call him? Figo. And then we had to add a dollar to the cookie. I'll forget about that one. Boy. It's one thing to want a cracker, Jason, but you've got to earn it. And these drivers are earning every inch that they are getting here this evening.
That's why I go to work every day, just to earn one cracker.
That's right.
That's a lot worth.
Soon you'll be going to work to get some donuts and coffee.
And I'll be arresting you.
Nothing gets chocolate out, see? And there we go. Thank you for that, Chief Wiggum. Rain of Fire. Oh my goodness, can we get the Penguin Publishing Company onto that? That's a very long message. Let's go from the top. Nearly got stuck travelling from a coal mine to a town 90 minutes away. Google Maps sent me in my semi-trailer down a 28-kilometre long dirt road, which was actually mud because all of the rain.
Semi gets thrown the wrong way. Sorry.
Two ways. My head went this way and my semi went that way. Almost got stuck, but he didn't get stuck, Chuck Norris, and now he's got a wonderful story to tell us in the chat, and that's what it's all about. He's a survivor. He's going to make it. And he's going to keep on surviving there. Rain of Fire, Machin very close to Figo. And I'm sure he likes a little bit of Destiny's Child here at the moment. Oh man, that's heavy. What pit are you in? they're confusing me, these boys. They're talking about gravel pits and mining pits, and I'm thinking about the Kyalami pits. Chuck, help me out here.
Yeah, I just want to quickly add on to Rain of Fire's story. Take me back, when I was a wee boy about 8 years ago.
What the hell?
I was going going down
taking you back to your grassroots. Irish roots are back.
Yeah, I was going down a summer track, the fire tracks that you go down during the summertime when it's not flooded, and I was going down there, and out of nowhere this big semi-trailer came blowing down the summer track, and I was like, "Hey buddy, where you going? You can't be coming down here." He's like, "Oh, I went the wrong way, my laddie." But yeah, that's my story, Tom.
Oh, there we go. And if you're wondering where Nemo is, he's off looking for that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And yes, a leprechaun. Ooh, someone's stolen me gold! And remember how worked up he got when they stole his gold at 15 and a half minutes. It's not you I've got me beef with. Not in a pit, delivered a shared kit to the Vulcan coal mine in Dysart. Wow, that's a tongue twister. And 25 minutes remaining. Let's get back to the front. But it is great to have Rain of Fire with us. Big shout out to Rain of Fire, who's been subbed for 13 months. That's a baby and a half right there, with 13 months being subbed to the channel. 15 minutes to go in the race. 15 minutes to go in the season. And what have we got here in the championship? Don't forget the upcoming Charity Month series. No, we certainly will not. I'm reading it as I go here, but we'll get to that in just a few minutes. Let me scroll up and get these championships. But Will looking good in the pros. 78 points ahead of Noodles there. Pro-Am Kilroy 132 ahead of Mark, 144 ahead of Mickey as they come round the final corner here with 500 metres to go. Sky Racing. No, just kidding. Jimbo 90 points ahead of Chipperton and Exo. Tied for P2, but 14 minutes left in the season, Jason. It all comes down to the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, last 15 minutes of the series. They've done what? That's 7 hours and 45. GT3 boys have done this season, which doesn't sound like a lot when we do 8-hour race. No, but yeah, so it's down to these last 15 minutes. So there'll be some mentally tired lads now. I'm watching the battle between Simon, Matt, and Norm. They're BCG boys, so they're trying to put the pressure on because they can help out their BCG mate in Noodles if they can. All three of those guys can pass Will, but Will's 6 seconds up the road. I think he's cruising as long as nothing goes wrong. And then Kilroy's leading, and he's going to win that Pro-Am championship at this stage, and same as Jimbo. Here comes.
Well, 13 minutes now, in fact, getting very emotional here, coming towards the end of another great season. If you want to get involved, Discord is the way to get
Hi, Discord. Hi, Jason.
No,
Hi, PlayStation.
What the exclamation?
Oh, Jesus.
Exclamation mark is what I was trying to say.
The upside down eye.
Yeah. Oh yes, okay, I'm with you there. But Noodles very much is in autopilot at the moment, Chuck. 10 seconds in front. And this is always a time for something to go wrong here, but 12 and a half minutes remaining in this race. 10.1 is the gap. Have to start a new season, Trev says. Rain of Fire. Yes, we'll have to get to that in just a few moments. But look at Matt and Simon. Matthew Simmons and Simon Bishop. They might be friends off the track, jumping into each other's rigs. But let me tell you, this is all to play for. And as we like to say in the country here, Chuck Norris, they're playing for sheep stations.
Yeah, these guys might be friends, but, the moment they get onto the track, you almost wonder whether that goes out the window and you have a bit of a good competitiveness amongst each other. Touch under 12 minutes remaining of the final season here, or final round of season 6, I should say. You wonder whether Matt is actually going to try and take a step onto that podium, remove Sidorg from the equation and, run away with it. But you know, you got to touch on Noodles as well. You know, he's had a pretty faultless race, been keeping his foot and car in the right direction, and he's been not making too many mistakes, which is good to see. So, but just looking a little bit further down the order though, Trev, F1 Sniper, Kilroy and Craigio, they're really close as well.
Let's keep an eye on that battle as well. Plenty to play for right throughout the field here tonight. Sideways leading that battle, but Craig, Kilroy and Sniper very, very close here indeed. And boy, oh boy, you can see Sniper leading that pack. 7, 8, 9 on track. And this is very close indeed. We briefly had a yellow flag there. Who is that? Is that 90? Is that Jimbo? Jimbo off! Wow, so the leader...
Oh, that's heavy.
That's a big... did he have some damage there as well? The leader in the AM class is off the track, Jason, with 10.5 to go. He's got a fair gap there, hasn't he, back to EXO. But is that going to affect his championship potentially in the next 10 minutes?
Surely he can limp that home. He's probably 15 seconds ahead of Exorcist there, so he should be all good.
Maybe a little bit of... I don't think he's going to come in, is he? I'm looking at the times here. There's 5.7
He
back.
looks like he's hurting. I wouldn't be surprised if he does come in.
Well, does he need to pit? He comes through. I don't think he can pit, can he, Chuck, here? He's got to keep going and get this thing home. 10 minutes to go. Despite a bit of bodywork there hanging off the sides of that car, the 91 McLaren. Let's keep an eye on that gap. I think you can see there Nick now well into... Oh, you can see Nick in the background, I should say, onto the start-finish straight. He's flashing his lights, but Jimbo, he'll need to load a few cannonballs, won't he, on the starboard side if he's going to get that thing home, Chuck Norris?
Yeah, definitely is, and I saw him flash his lights, so just a quick one. Jimbo, if you can hear us, can you maybe turn an indicator on or flash your lights at us again, or, you know, just don't bin it when you do it. You know, we just want some confirmation there. But yeah, no, look, I mean, with 10 minutes to go, he's probably suffering with I'd say about 10-15 seconds of damage, and hopefully he just keeps pointing in the right direction. He doesn't need to do quick laps, he just needs to try and maintain on Exorcist to be able to walk away with the championship in AM, because, you know, he walked away with the GT2 AM championship last night as well, so, you know, he might be able to bag up 2 trophies into that cabinet tonight.
EXO, I don't know, Wilco, I don't know. I'm looking at the track map. There's Jimbo. New season next week. We're not too sure. We'll get to these announcements a bit later on in the broadcast. There, the Golden Fork. We gave the great man a VIP. What was it? A shout out, I should say. There earlier in the chat. New season kicks off July 31. What on earth am I talking about? New season kicking off July 31. We'll get to that new season a little bit later on this evening post-race, because Wilco, we've still got plenty to play out in this season here, and we'll get back to that front battle. We'll keep an eye on those times between Jimbo, but look at this battle continuing with 8 minutes to go. Can't be more than 3 or 4 laps left in it. Matt and Simon, they've been around the ringer in their rodeo a few times, to say the least, and it's not their first rodeo here. And you can see now that these are 2 of the more reasonable guys, Jason Wilkinson, and they're just going to be playing mind games with each other, Simon and Matt. Look how close it is at the moment. These 2, they're going to be making some moves here, but they're very reasonable, like I said. They're not going to do anything silly. And just to put it into perspective here, Jason, 2 GT7 champions here we are looking at the moment.
Yes, yeah, so they've got some big raps in the sim racing over the doing well, but currently we're all eyes forward onto number 21, Mr. Willstar. 7 minutes to go. If he can hold on to P2, he will be our newest KRL champion.
And he will be up on the honours board along with the likes of Cameron Norris, Jason Wilkinson, and ooh, that was very, very close there. I was wondering whether Matt might have just stuck his nose in Simon's business there, but July 31 Golden Fork the Gold Fork. There you have it indeed. But look at that, one cheer from the Gold Fork, of course. Great to have you along for the ride. 6.5 minutes to go now, but Will Starr will etch his name into the granite and the history books of KRL. What other champions have we had, Jason? We've had yourself, Cameron, and a few others along the way in the first 6 seasons, haven't we?
Yeah, so we go through them. So season 1, I won. Season 2, I won. Season 3,
listen to him.
Season 3 was Albert. I did. Yeah. Season 4, I won. Season 5 was someone awesome, and then obviously this is season 6. So there we go.
Well, there you have it. You know, when you walk into the
Tier 1 results weren't too good, eh? You don't plug up Tier 2, boys, eh?
Oh yeah, Tier 2 we had Voodoo. No, Jacko won the first one. Voodoo won the second one. And did we even have a third? I don't think we didn't have Tier 2 for a little bit there. And then, well, let's just say Voodoo won the third one, Voodoo won the fourth one, and here we are on the sixth one.
Yes, it was quite hilarious, wasn't it? Because Voodoo was actually making up the trophies. And I think he went out and put it into his own letterbox and then took it out again.
Yeah.
That's how it worked out for him. A little bit of same-day delivery there. You Beauty says Gold Fork. CP Greeny redeeming the... Shut up, Jason. And don't forget, you've picked up 2.7k coins, Golden Fork, for you to use at your leisure, Craig. Oh, yeah! And boy, oh boy, he's ended up in the grass there. Yellow flags are out for car number 71. And he is spinning. Spin. Round he goes. And that's going to end his battle with Kilroy and Sniper. It's well and truly over for him. It's not over until it's over. But it might be at, and Figo, is that Figo coming up quickly? Has a nice ring to it. Season 7 winner, Rain of Fire, he says. I spun. Just a bit of an incident, as Charles Leclerc would say. It is I, Leclerc, with 4 minutes remaining. That is not good.
Matt Simon really close.
Did I send it, or did I didn't send it? Stop it, guys. I certainly didn't send it, baby. And thank you for that, Carlos, the smooth operator. And now it's down to see whether Matt Simmons can be the smooth operator, because his charismatic French bulldog will be thinking and hoping and fingers crossed and paws crossed that his dad can get this job done. And I wouldn't bet against him, because after all, Chuck Norris, he's Matt Simmons and he's in the GT7 Cafe.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've got my toes crossed at the moment, hoping that Matt can kind of pip Simon here, maybe walk away with the podium, but there's still a little bit to go, and we've got to keep in mind these guys are friends, so they're probably in a VC together having a bit of a laugh.
Teammates tomorrow night as well, this weekend.
Yeah, so there's a couple of big things going on behind the scenes there, but now look, it's a good battle these guys are having, and likewise all the way through the grid. This has been a season finale.
Oh, here we go.
They're not going to be forgetting.
Here we go. Matt is lining him up as they go through the cheetah. Friends, no such thing as friends in the Fun World Championship. Matt Simmons and Simon Bishop. Oh, don't make me choose. I love both of them equally.
No, you don't.
Maybe Matt a little bit
It's like a 99-1 to Matt.
And oh no. They're on to me, but Matt Simmons now. But look, can we just put some kit coins on both of them, having a good time and having fun? But there is no such thing as friends in the world of sim racing, especially not with 2.5 minutes to go at the season finale here in Kyalami in South Africa. And when will we get a Formula One race back here if it's up to FIA grade standard, which I think it is, Chuck? And let's have a look. Matt using every bit of track limits there, every bit of tarmac that he possibly can. And yellow flags out there for something. We've gone green. And a Puntosaurus Rex coming in the next lap. I foresee the future. The wise Golden Fork is predicting a Puntosaurus. No, Punterino Jimmer. And yes, Jimmy Broadbent there. My money is on something or other. And thank you, 90 seconds to go in this race. And it all comes down to this final lap. Whereabouts is Noodles? Is he coming up to start the final lap? I think he is, Jason Wilkinson.
Yes, he is. Noodles is, 11 seconds in the lead. He's going to wrap this one up, so he's going to win 5 races out of the 8, and 1 he got a DNF in. So he's had a really good season, but it's good to have wins, but if you don't back it up with consistency like Mr. Willstar has, you're not going to win many championships. You might win the 1 or 2, James Hunston, but you're not going to win them all like Nicky Lauda.
No, for James, 1 win was enough. And for Willstar, he's proved what he needed to prove. And yes, do you remember when they're at the airport at the end of that? But great movie, Rush of course, but Noodles halfway through the final lap. I don't know whether we're going to see a Parantosaurus Rex. That's sort of a piranha and a T-Rex crossed into one sort of hybrid animal there. That'd be strange to see. A T-Rex body with a piranha's head. But 20 seconds to go. I'll let you get that image out of your mind because we are counting down the seconds. Chuck Norris, merely seconds to go in this race and in this championship.
Yeah, so just quickly though, talking about trying to get images out of your head, have you ever wondered how Godzilla stands up in the middle of the ocean? Do you reckon his legs are just like an oil rig? They just go all the way down to the sea floor, and that's how he can stand up in the middle of the ocean?
I've always wondered why the gates on Jurassic Park were that high. It's like they wanted them to escape, but here comes Noodles. Enough about that. Oh no! Oh no, he's hit the wall! He's hit the wall on the last corner of the last lap! But he's still going to win, like Lewis Hamilton on 3 wheels at the British Grand Prix back in 2020 as he comes across the line. He's just bounced and pinball wizarded his way across the line. Here comes the champion. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for anyone else except Simon Bishop and Matthew Simmons. No favourites here, but I do love Matthew Simmons, and that's why the camera's on him as I picked another driver at random. Naughty Norman. Champagne! Sideways, here he comes as the champagne starts. Sideways Polka's going to take the race win here.
And here comes our Pro-Am champion down the last corner, Kilroy as well.
Kilroy, great
Pro-Am
racing.
Honours.
Indeed, here comes Kilroy. He's going to finish second on the track. He's going to win the championship. Unbelievable work. Don't go anywhere, Golden Fork, because we have our champion as well. Where is he? Where's Jimbo? Wow, talk about an anticlimax. Where's Jimbo? Where on earth is Jimbo? There's Jimbo. He made it home in the end, and he's the champion there as well. And he's come home ahead of Chipperton and Exo, who were tied for P2 in the championship. Jimbo has got the job done here this evening, and he's the champion as well here, Jason, as we sum up with a few donuts and banging wheels at the end of this race. But what an entertaining race it's been. Awesome racing, says Auto Tomoto. Great work by the commentary team. Thank you for tuning in, and always entertaining. Very kind words. We do appreciate it. Thank you to the Golden Fork for tuning in, and please jump across to his channel. He's on the road to 100 followers. But let's have a look. We'll get back to the garage there. I don't want to press the wrong button, but Noodles winning this race here this evening in the Pro Class. Willstar, though, taking the championship in second. Simon Bishop and Matt Simmons having a good battle there. Norman behind them, fifth in class. Sideways winning in their class. Kilroy taking the championship. And you can see there, Sniper, Figo, Crago had an incident later in the race. Machin, Mark, Saint Sim, Nick, who got into some strife early, didn't he? Had some issues at the start of the race, which hampered his efforts here tonight. Jimbo Jones, or Joey Jojo, Jimbo Shabadoo Jr. as he's known to his mates. They're winning ahead of Chipperton. Of course, 11 seconds in the end ahead of Stewie, Exo, Distinct Andrew and JJ, who exited the stage very early on in proceedings. Champagne commentary. Thank you, Auto Tomoto, there, my fellow Victorian. I couldn't agree more, if we don't say so ourselves. The drivers are coming in not only to the pit lane, as you can see out there on the track, but they're coming into the post-race driver interviews. Do not go anywhere. We have those coming up as well. We've got Noodles and Will into the chat here. We might start with you, Noodles. Have we got you on the line?
Yep, got you guys.
Loud and clear, my friend. Talk us through your race, first of all, and your season overall. You seem to be putting on a clinic here once again, taking the victory. Was it as easy as what it looked out there this evening?
Well, I don't know if the stream caught it, but I nearly
we saw it.
binned it at the end.
We saw it.
Which was pretty embarrassing, but the car was good around here, so really happy with my performance and this season. Like, I've really enjoyed just doing KRL every week and then the Enduro series, and then we've got Mega this weekend, so really enjoying every moment of it. And also shout out to Willstar for his championship win. He drove superbly all season, so big credit to him.
Great work, mate, and yeah, fantastic stuff. We're going to see you back next season for season 7. I'm assuming it would be great to have you back once again to do it all over again.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there for sure. Really enjoying it, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Absolutely fantastic, Mel. Congratulations, mate, on the win this evening, and yeah, enjoy the off season. I know there's still plenty of sim racing action happening right across the board, mate. But thank you for joining us, taking the time out after your win, and yeah, good effort there to almost bin it. Well, you did bin it, I should say, but you managed to bounce across the finish line, mate. So well done.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Great work, Noodles there. Great work. Thank you very much for joining us, 2 Minute Noodles. As Exo there chipping in, had 0 fuel passing the line on the last lap, had to change the map, fuel map to get home, losing a place. Thank you for that, Exo, as we go to our champion in the pro class for this season. Will, have you got us there, mate? Please just hold the champagne for 2 seconds, mate. Talk us through your race tonight and your championship victory here as well.
Well, tonight was a bit average for me. Quali, I was running 28 psi all around once the tyres got up to temp, and then the first stint it was the same story. So I was sort of just hanging on. I worked out beforehand. I knew I had to finish at least P4, and that was sort of the goal. I know Lewis is in the race. I think every week he's been quick, so I don't have that sort of pace. But once I sorted it for the second stint, I sort of started driving away from everyone except for Noodles, of course. So managed to salvage it, and I'll take P2, and I'm pretty happy with the championship win.
Great work, mate. Beautifully
great.
summed up.
I was going to say, yeah.
Thank you. Thanks.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I know you're on mute, Trevor. Yeah, I've heard that a lot of times. But thank you for that. Great to have you along, of course. Will, always a pleasure, and congratulations on your championship. Enjoy the off-season, mate. We'll see you next time around.
Cheers, guys. I'd just like to take the chance to thank everyone who organises this. It's seriously some of the most fun I've had since I've been sim racing, and it's like a pleasure to get to compete and take part in all the races and stuff. I really appreciate it.
Great work, mate. We
appreciate
appreciate we appreciate you being able
Not
to
bad
put
for
on
a
a show.
reserve driver, hey? Oh, he's gone.
Not bad for a number 2 driver. Cheers. He was 78 points ahead of Noodles coming in and managing to get the job done there comfortably in the end. 300 for a win, 7.6 I should say for second. So he's got the job done. As I believe we've got Kilroy here with us as well.
We can do Kilroy as the Pro-Am champ, or we can interview Sideways Polka as the Pro-Am winner for tonight. So up to you, whatever
We'll
one.
do that. We'll start with Sideways, in fact. There, Mickey, have you got us?
Oh, definitely finish with the best, mate. Kilroy's kicking it this season. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Great work, Sideways, mate. Talk us through it, the race and the season from your perspective.
I've had an awesome season with KRL and a couple of the other guys this year. It's been really fun driving with everyone and trying to see if we can in the quali beat the pros at in that quali section and see how far you can get in front of the 10 of them if there is or not. So yeah, it's been really good fun. Loving racing with all the guys. I had a little bit of a touch at the start there in the turn 1 and 2, and I managed to recover. And yeah, it was really great fun. I had a ball, and I'll be hanging out for the next one.
Can't wait for it, mate. Looking forward to it. You've been terrific all season long, especially tonight as well, mate. I tell you what, it's been an absolute pleasure watching you, mate, and it's been great to have you join us for another season, mate. Enjoy your time away. What's next for you in the Sideways Polka calendar? Can we expect to see you in other series coming up soon?
Oh yeah, I think this weekend I'll have a bit of a drive, and I think I'm going to have a drive with Glasso and the OSA team, Team Car 3, and we'll see how we go. We might, I think, AM or Pro Am, and we'll see how we go. We'll through to 6 hours, see if we survive.
Great work. We might touch on that big event, of course, coming up. It's not finished. KRL might be done for another year, but another season. But we've got plenty of news happening tomorrow night. It's all kicking off, but we'll get to that in a moment. Kilroy, loud and clear. Have you got us there?
Yeah, so hello, Trev. How are you, mate?
Oh, fantastic, mate. Career best, but not quite as good as you because you are the champion, my friend. And
Yeah, pretty stoked about that. Yeah, I never would have expected, but yeah, just had a few good runs. It was pretty consistent throughout the year. That was the biggest thing I kind of wanted to try and work on is just some consistency, and yeah, it seems to have paid off this year. Still a tough field, and Mickey every week was up there, and a brilliant battle tonight with Scotty Sniper and Craigio. That was intense. It's the middle of winter, and I feel like I need to go and have a swim or something. I'm sweating so hard. But yeah, no, it was an awesome series that you guys put on, and just thankful to be part of it. Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Absolute pleasure, mate.
One of
Fantastic.
the KRL OGs too. He's been racing with us for a few years now.
Yeah, it's been since the game came out almost.
Yeah, beautiful. No, good stuff. Well done.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Jimbo and Will. They're the AM and Pro champs. Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, it was good mixing up with everyone this year.
Well, mate, it's been terrific to watch you as always, and definitely one of the OGs when it comes to KRL, and your gold and diamond membership for KRL will be coming in the mail, 15% discount. We're opening up the KRL Resorts program as well, so stay tuned for that.
There we go.
The KRL Roadside Assist 213111211. If you're caught out on the road, you can give us a call. I'll personally come out and find someone to change your tyre. But thank you, Kilroy. You are the champion.
Thanks, Trev.
And always a pleasure,
Cheers, mate. Thanks, fellas.
We'll see you next time around.
See you, mate.
Have a good one. Thank you. Bye.
There we go. Great work there, Kilroy. And he's been there since very early on, of course, in the history books of KRL. As I welcome Jimbo Jones. Let me tell you, picture this. You're playing Sea of Thieves on a Friday night, and you need someone to load your cannonballs for you. And this is just the man to do it. Jimbo, you are the champion. How are you feeling right now? Has it sunk in yet? You are the champion, my friend, and you certainly are in line for a promotion in the very near future.
Yeah, it's sunk in a little bit, but not overly happy with how I drove tonight. I've got to apologise to Ernie and Stu there for the spins. Didn't mean that. Sorry, boys. I ended up pitting to ruin my race after that, and ended up pitting and just tried to finish the race to gain as many points as I could.
And yes, a little bit more enthusiasm, Jimbo. But no, just kidding. Jimbo, what happened there, mate? You managed to get the car home. We saw a major incident there with plenty of damage to that car. How did you go? Was it just a matter of getting it home?
Yeah, I caught the curb, which spun the car off to the left and put me into the concrete wall, which I felt that a few times in real life accidents. But yeah, just ended up trying to limp the car home to finish ahead of EXO and chip it and to take the AM championship.
Well, mate, you did a fantastic job. You still did what you needed to do despite a few incidents there in the race, mate. Congratulations. You are the champion, my friend. And we'll catch you next time around. Congratulations, Jimbo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just edge of my seat here there. But thank you, Jimbo. That is fantastic. I better not say too much because, No, we get along very well, Jimbo and I. But before we get, I think we've got the boss as well. Jimbo, bloody legend. If only I had some fuel, says EXO. But
That's
before we get to,
we can announce it if you want again.
as what are we announcing? Sorry, I missed that. But we're just going to
catch you all tomorrow night.
quickly touch on the charity series, of course, Voodoo. If you wouldn't mind just giving a special mention, plenty of events. They are on screen at the moment. Chuck, if you want to give that a special mention.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously we'll cross over to Nismo to share his announcement shortly. But July 31st to August 22, we've got KRL presenting the Sued Speed Lifeline Charity Series. It's going to be our upcoming season here. So exclamation mark Discord, jump in there, get ready to sign up. We're going to be opening that soon. Obviously, you can see the 4 rounds that we're going to be going to. We're going to be heading to Suzuka, Donington Park, Silverstone, and then we're going to be capping the charity series off at the Red Bull Ring. Good tracks should produce some good racing as we've seen in the past. And then obviously on top of that, the Oz New Zealand Endurance Series or I should say, is going to be presenting the Suit Speed Lifeline 6 hours of Kyalami. That'll be happening on August 23rd to 25th. Exclamation mark endurance in the chat for more information on that. But from here, Trev, I'll pass it over to you so Nismo can do his announcement for this weekend.
Great work. Thank you, Chuck Norris. All the details there on your screen. We're just about to wrap up, but before we do, we've got the boss of Hooncorp Esports, the great man, Nismo. Nath, have you got us there, Nismo?
Hey, Trev. Hey, boys.
Hello to you. We'll just flick across here because, Nismo, we're not done with yet. Forget about that. KRL's done and dusted, but some big events happening, or one big event in particular happening over the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got this Mega Esports, which is a bit of an entity we've been working on this year behind the scenes, haven't we? And the first major event that we're putting on, the 6 hours of Silverstone. So we've got a modest grid there lined up, ready to go. We'll be qualifying tomorrow night. And you heard it here first too, AASA, who are absolutely instrumental in supporting these events and really making them actual sanctioned sim racing esports, have already, we haven't even done an event yet, and they've already committed to backing 2 more events this year. So that's pretty cool. These guys are absolutely taking sim racing with both hands, and they love it. They think it's the best thing. So yeah, and we don't even know what those 2 events are going to be yet. Obviously, we've got Silverstone, but open to suggestions. We'll see. I'm sure we'll come up. But yeah, so we've got 2 more events before the end of the year.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you, Nismo, for the update. But big things happening in the sim racing world. But tomorrow night, of course, Mega Esports qualifying tomorrow. The Silverstone Super 6 qualifying Friday, the 28th of June, 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe, 10 p.m. New Zealand time. And that leads into a massive 6 hours of Silverstone on Sunday afternoon. What time, Nismo, do we kick off Sunday?
12 p.m.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Great Jason impersonation there. But no, thank you for that. 12 p.m. of course on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern for qualifying, 10 p.m. New Zealand time. All the details there on your screen. Nismo, thank you for joining us. Some big news there coming out of Mega Esports, mate. Looking forward to tomorrow night and Sunday as well.
Let's go make some history.
Great stuff. Nismo there, the boss of Hooncorp Esports. Everybody be on your best behaviour. Thank you to the boss there, Nismo, Nath, and thank you, Wilco. Thank you to everybody, in fact. Thank you, Chuck Norris. Another season of KRL. We're wrapping up here. Always an emotional time, Wilco, but another season in the books.
Yeah, so just a big thank you to everyone who raced this series, both GT3. Appreciate you all very much. But for KRL, we'll see you in a month's time.
See you in a month's time. I think July 31. Stay tuned to our social media channels for more details on that. Thank you, Chuck Norris. Once again, absolutely killing it there for another season, mate. Always a pleasure to have you alongside me.
Yeah, appreciate it, Trev. And I just want to give one quick shout out as well to all the drivers that have participated over the course of season 6 in both GT2 and GT3s on our Wednesday and Thursday nights. And obviously, a massive congratulations obviously goes out to our champions in the respective classes as well. But, big weekend that we've got coming up starting tomorrow night with the Mega Esports 6 hours of Silverstone qualifying. So I'm really looking forward to that. So, yeah, see you guys all then.
Great work. Thank you, Chuck Norris. There are the details on your screen, and you can see there big weekend of racing action coming up. The Silverstone Super 6 race, a new beginning and a history being made there as part of the Mega Esports series. Fantastic stuff. We are almost out of time here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to bring you this KRL season now, of course, which has finished. But there we go on your screen. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. for New Zealand. It's qualifying for the first ever history-making, groundbreaking Mega Esports endurance race. We hope you can join us then from 8 p.m. Eastern, like I said, on the channel. And always a pleasure. Big thank you to everyone in the chat. Exo, the Golden Fork, Rain of Fire. Too many to mention there. Auto Tomoto, Greeny, everybody racing out on track, everybody in the chat. Always a pleasure to bring this to you. And like I always say, be kind to one another. We will see you again tomorrow night. It's Mega Esports action coming your way tomorrow night, Friday. And Friday the 28th of June, 8 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. New Zealand. We'll see you then. But for now, it's goodbye. See you next time.
Trevor Bears, commentator, live streamer like a motorsports dreamer. Crackling jokes and cracking streams. Pop culture jokes explode at the seams. When a laps round circuits bike or car. Speed so far, like shooting stars. Motorsports mania, that'll watch his channels. Take you from pit stops to panel. Virtuoso on asphalt and gravel. Commentary unravel. Grip the mic like a steering wheel. Real feel, no pretense, all deal. Loves motorsports, don't get it twisted. With his laugh hypnotic and listed. Faces fear with humor and rap. Yo Trevor, tell him about that bubble rap man. Taking command, fearless dude, pop in hand. Watch him go live, vibe so grand. Motorsports knowledge, broad as the land. Comedy tight, wrap him up tight. Crack a pop, no fight, all flight. Trevor rises, reach a new height. Bubble rap king doing right. Pop a bubble, feel the rumble. Trevor never stumble. Pedal to metal, adrenaline treble. Jokes and gears never settle. Connotate, captivate, motorsport magnate. Live stream scene, his domain. Popping jokes like champagne. See him racing, fast pace, hot racing, laughing faces. Motor chasing, commentator, banter level major. From the track to chat, never flat, you know where the fun at. Trevor Byers bringing fire. Bubble rap man, true admire. Bubble rap man, taking command. Fearless dude, pop in hand. Watch him go live, vibe so grand. Motorsports knowledge, broad as the land. Comedy tight, wrap him up tight. Crack a pop, no fight, all fight. Trevor rises, reach a new height. Bubble rap king doing right. Poppin' it. Watch it go live, vibe so great. Motorsports knowledge broad as the land.